Good afternoon to all the participants. First of all, I like to thank our Observer team for taking such a great initiative to learn about a new technology and create awareness amongst all of us. I will start with the mission of Digital India, which says IT leading to IT, where IT stands for India Talent leading to India Tomorrow. We all know internet came in 1990s and we have seen the growth and revolution because of the internet. We can't think of a lifestyle and business without the internet. But the first used working protocol of internet came in late 1960s by the name called APRANET, and it was funded by the US Department of Defense. So government and government policies plays an important role in adoption of the new technology and digitalization of the economy. Digitalization is the key aspect for the growth of the economy nowadays. If you see, we are 7.6 billion population on the earth, out of which 1 billion population does not have the legal identity. 3.2 billion population have the legal identity, but they lack the digital trail. As per the World Bank report 2019, if all the people on the earth come on the legal digital identity, then it have a result to unlock the GDP value by 3% to 13% by 2013 as per the respective country. So that is the power of digitalization. Talking about the digital identity problem, it's a $1 trillion problem of the industry. As per the research reports, in 2019 only $5 trillion fraud happened because of the lack of the proper digital identity. Every year we spend $500 million on the KYC. We need to have a proper secure digital identity systems on the new technology to solve these kind of industry problems. So if you see, technology is transforming each and everything. It is impacting the each and every sector of the industry. No sector have remained immune. Technology has transformed the way we order the food, or we share the rides, or the food is being delivered. In India also, government is playing an important role in the technology adoption and creating digital infrastructure. On July 1st, 2015, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, have introduced the flagship program Digital India to promote digital infrastructure and empower digitally each and every citizen of India. In India, we are at a $2.5 trillion economy, and our PM Modi have a vision or a target to achieve $5 trillion by 2025. If we have to achieve this target, we need to have rely on these new technologies. If you see globally, we are a $90 trillion economy, and the technology like artificial intelligence will contribute $15 trillion economy by 2030. The technologies like blockchain will contribute $1.76 trillion economy by 2030. We have entered into the fourth industrial revolution. The third industrial revolution was started in 1960 when IT and computers were introduced. And we have seen the growth and revolution because of IT and computers in our life. Now we are in the fourth industrial revolution, and as per the World Economic Report, the technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, RPA, robotics, process automation, blockchain, AR, VR will be ruling our next 20 years. If we are not learning this technology or working with this technology, then we definitely lag behind. Coming back to our Digital India mission, it has three broad visions which India want to achieve. First, digital infrastructure. Second, governance and services on demand. Third, digital empowerment of each and every citizen of India. In order to achieve the vision of the Digital India, the government have to effectively walk into this space, and fortunately Indian government is playing a critical role in achieving the vision of Digital India. Just to give an example, MIT, Ministry of IT Electronics, have in January 2021 introduced a draft policy for the blockchain. The state Tamil Nadu have already introduced the policy for the blockchain to boost startups in the blockchain space and to promote blockchain technology. More than 50% of Indian states are currently working into the blockchain space and doing the POCs. One of the state government, Telangana, along with the Ministry of IT Electronics, have introduced property management system onto the blockchain. It is a tool to create awareness and bring transparency into property management. And the project has been selected by the Gartner also, and they became the finalists for the Gartner Eye of Innovation 2000 Government Award also. In COVID-19 scenario also, the startups like StartTwig, along with the help of UNICEF, are solving the problems into vaccine distribution. They have created a vaccine distribution ledger onto blockchain to trace the vaccines and distribute the vaccine globally. If you see, 1 out of the 4 vaccines get destroyed or lost during the supply chain mechanics. So we need these kind of solutions to solve this industry problem. Coming to AI and RPA also, they are also transforming the way we work or do the things. Just to give an example, in an accounting earlier, we used to take the bank statements, then do manual accounting entries in our systems. But now with the help of new technology like AI and RPA, the bank statements are directly fetched from the banks and the entries are being posted into the accounting systems without the manual intervention. Further, the physical contracts or digital contracts are being now replaced by the smart contracts. Smart contracts work on the computer protocols. They work on the conditional logic. If this will happen, then that will happen. If X will happen, Y will happen. Which means if the sale purchase have been completed, the payment will be done automatically. So technology is impacting and is transforming the way we work or we do the business. The government is also promoting these startups into these technology. Fortunately, I'm also part of a couple of initiatives worked by Government of India where they are starting the new startups into the technologies. The first one is the Chunoti, which is a 90 crore project from MITI, Ministry of IT Electronics, where they boost the startups into fintech, agri-tech, or education tech. Second one is the EPIRE, which is the flagship program of MITI and STPI, where they promote the startups into the blockchain space. They incubate the startups and try to solve the industry and the government problems with these programs. Under the COVID-19 scenario, one thing which we have noticed is that there is a lot of digital data is getting generated, and the digital adoption in India have increased rapidly, which is the program by Ministry of IT Electronics. It's a 90 crore project to boost the startups in the agri-tech, fintech, or education tech space. The second one is the EPIRE, which is the flagship program of MITI and STPI to boost the startups in the blockchain technology, where they are incubating the startups in the blockchain space which are solving the government problems and the industry problems. Further, if you see, under the COVID-19 scenario, the digital adoption in India have increased rapidly. We have seen in the banking sector, the digital payments, OTT, entertainment sector, or judiciary level where digital adoption have increased rapidly, be it e-police or e-assessments of the cases or e-courts scenarios. Now, the digital data have been generating enormously in this pandemic situation. If you also see the data utilization, the capacity utilization of data center have also increased by 30 to 35%. Now, the government and business house of India need to use this enormous data effectively and efficiently with the help of new technologies like artificial intelligence to make the sound business decisions. So with this, I like to congratulate Tech Observer team for doing these kind of initiatives, taking this kind of initiative and providing great learning to everybody. And I like to request everybody to learn this technology, work along with this technology to succeed in our career. Thank you so much.